Hello and welcome to HCD Robustness Test Meeting. Today is February 26th. We don't have much, a lot of things on agenda, so I think we will finish early. Looking at, because I looked before on the items, and there is no issues currently in robustness, thanks to some recent work. But yeah, if you have any questions, please still post them. If not, I will just move to normal agenda. The first would be the recent issues. So we didn't have any new recent issues that we haven't discussed since the last meeting. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, the last issues were in January that we discussed. Or yeah, there was one issue here. There is ongoing work still. There is one known bug in robustness test patching logic. I think we are just iterating on review, and with that, it should resolve the last pending issue that we know of. But yeah, we don't have any new issues. Looking at the robustness tests. I think I didn't refresh. So yeah, one big change. Thanks to work on upgrade downgrades. I don't know if I remember exactly full way or who exactly delivered the last patch to fix. But yeah, thanks to that, we resolved last issue with the let me maximize it for better readability. Last issue we had was with member downgrade upgrade fail point, which was causing flakes and failures. With that merged a couple of days ago, we don't see any issues. This makes me not super interested in looking at. I don't think there is much things to look in the dashboard. So if we look at the failures, this is the lowest. Starting from this member downgrade upgrade, member downgrade upgrade. Those are all the same type that are based on the fail point that is now fixed. So based on that, I think we have. Without looking deeper into it, I think all of those are just flakes. And the same can be said on the main on ARM. So yeah, member upgrade downgrade. Yeah, all of those just mentioned fail point.
Approaching this from what's the situation? What are we solving for with this product? And we started last year. But actually, you can say that the theme for this project are wide.
So one thing is we need to add the 3.6 test into the set, right?
I didn't hear what Sitan said, but to answer Suan, yes, I think I talked with on last meeting or the one before with Ivan, and he said that he will. We want to have testing on 3.6 release branch for every periodic test suite, including robustness tests.
Cool, great.
I don't think there is a dedicated issue for that, but I think there is an umbrella issue. If someone is interested, they should be able to find it for 3.6 release, and I think adding test suite could be a great contribution if you're interested. Yeah, there was, I don't know, Sitan, if you do have any questions, or I didn't hear you well. Oh, there is a question in chat about. Okay. Okay, thanks for confirming, Sitan. That was not intentional. So, Kavirai, the issue you linked is related to flags, so it's not. I mean,
So yeah, I'm just curious, is this a blocker for any 3.6?
is it a blocker? No. So currently the tests on 3.6, there is no many differences between 3.6 and main, and we are testing main. So this issue you linked is not a blocker for releasing 3.6 nor for running the tests. It is a blocker when we start deprecating, like if we start removing the flags. So there is many flags in 3.6 that we mark as deprecated, and we are planning to remove them in 3.7. But we cannot do that until we cannot remove them if we are using them in robustness tests. And overall, like the end-to-end framework, I think uses them. It's just, yeah, it's.
Okay.
So this is a blocker, and it should open a lot of like small tasks. So it's a.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks for explaining.
Going back to the tests, we have 3.5 that has one flake. That at least makes it a little bit more interesting. On ARM, I will just open them in background. On ARM, we don't have any flakes. On 3.4, we have one flake. And on ARM 3.4, oh, we have very one out. Yeah, so we have 3 flakes. That's not a lot, so it's good to confirm and validate if there is a new issue. So we have one great instance of low QPS. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this level, like sometimes we get 1000 QPS, sometimes for some reason we get 30 QPS. Or I think I know what might be a problem with 3.4. Okay. But yeah, I think that, so we assume that it's a performance. We historically look at it from performance perspective, and it's good, but I think we don't see. The only last performance things that we don't have a stable performance in etcd testing is the disk. We just run all the tests at CD, I think, are mostly migrated now to Pro. But regardless of that, one of the things in CI is that you might request CPU and memory, but it's very hard to request a disk. So to eliminate would be nice to maybe, at least for robustness tests, would be nice to eliminate it. Would be to move us to some predictable disk, to CAI configuration with predictable disk performance. This would be also useful for benchmarking. You know, if I have this idea, let me write it. Move or introduce CI with predictable disk performance. Great for and benchmarks. What we are missing here is, by default, I think Pro schedules containers. At least I heard that maybe you could configure Pro to schedule a VM. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know that there is a Kubernetes to follow up us would be ask check how Kubernetes node test work. Yeah, I heard that this is the configuration that can or at least from Kubernetes perspective, they need to have full control, or in their test full control, so they schedule a full VM. Yeah, so if someone is interested in infrastructure, that could be nice thing. The second thing that could be causing low QPS is fact that, or this is 3.5. So okay. And second thing I was thinking about is pre-vote, which is but it's default in 3.5. So I thought that that might be a pre-vote thing. But high level, the second thing could be long issue with Raft recovery. From time to time in robustness tests, we see yeah, let me performance or issue with Raft. From time to time, I see cases where in robustness tests, in logs, you can see that cluster could not establish a leadership for a long time. And I don't know why. That might not be okay. Yeah. Yes. So I think those two causes. So this is first. I don't think there. Like, if someone is interested, please let me know. Maybe we could organize. But high level, this like one flake in 2 weeks or 1-2 flakes is not big enough that we would invest like significant resources to fix it. I think we are good. It would be just an improvement. Looking at the second issue, we have the repeat of the bug that we had. I mean, we've been seeing it for some time. And this is the bug that we had. Oh no, we start closing. I mean, this is no. I think yeah, this is the bug with the needle. Yes, needle. So this is the bug in patching of history. Nil interface is nil. We know the root cause. We are just we just need to fix it, and the fix is in the review. And the last flake, hopefully nothing new, and that's also the same case. So we have two cases. Maybe let me reverse the tree, how the tree is structured. So we have one bug, one low, two bugs like this, and one low QPS. And I think that's all from analysis of the test case. Cases, yeah. And yeah, so like every week we try to look at what are the flags that we see, try to identify the root cause, so we know whether there is an bug in robustness test or etcd, or if we can improve anything. Looks like not much this week, thanks to the and thanks to now improvements into the fail point for downgrade upgrade, we should have much more stable graph, and this meeting, as intentionally, should be shorter and shorter as we achieve more stability. Of course, the stability is a good state, but it's a balance between adding changes or improvements to the adding features to robustness test, test new cases, test new fail points, new network disruptions and things. And of course, those new features and new validation can have bugs or like very rare flakes. So so that can cause instability. But we are now in a region that robustness tests is mostly stable, and there is no like huge active development. I think that the next thing that will come to robustness tests will be antithesis testing. So sorry. If you're interested into that, there should be, yeah, here is a bug. So just FYI, there is a antithesis testing which should be will be a spin-off to the robustness tests that should bring new knowledge, new approaches, and should give us a lot of experience in what we can improve. And I think that's all. Are there any questions?
I'm interested to check this low QPS flaky test. Is there any like issue are you planning to open, by the way, or?
I could open it, just like it's an issue that you would need to have some knowledge or some deep dive. So usually it's a two-handed sword to like just open an issue, and if there someone it's not taken at all, or someone that has no experience takes it. I could open an issue if you're interested. We just
Yeah, that would be great. I can play with it and see if I can make any progress there.
So let me think what we want to achieve.
So does it essentially mean we want dedicated VMs for the robustness test?
That would be one. So I'm interested in it because it's not only for robustness but also for benchmarks. What we want to have is a CI configuration that allows us to specify disk type assuming performance in some way. In most clouds, you specify the define the disk performance by the size of the disk, because it's a shared multi-tenant hardware is shared between many tenants, so you get just part of the performance. So depending on how big disk you request, it can be the more performance you get, and this should give us more stable environment. Reason is just the boot disks in CI, or CI just uses the boot disk, and boot disk has is really lowest possible performance you can get. And for most scalability or like performance tests, you need something stable, or at least semi like resembling production setup. And if you look at any Kubernetes setup and usually at CD documentation, we ask for SSD disk because of I personally haven't verified. I think there, but I based on etcd read patterns, I think that's the main reason for that. Yeah. So the gate CI setup specifying the disk type performance in CI in Pro, let's say. So yeah, and benchmarks to get performance and da, 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 da. if we can configure pro to provide this, this could stay with better performance. For LCD SSD, so we should, performance estimation should use. One thing I heard that Kubernetes node test run on VM. And that setup, it should be possible to attach more disk. We should invest how those tests run. Okay. Yeah, that's like, yeah. Thanks for keeping me, preventing my laziness. I posted the issue and pasted it. I think, yeah, we should have a, if there is an idea and possibility, if someone is willing to work on it, yeah, we should have a issue. So if you're interested, if you're making any progress, or maybe one request, if you are making any progress, have any ideas, or please just comment. Like, I mean, it's, don't be shy, and keep all the, like, if you made a lot of investigation and it turned out, I know, if you haven't finished or it didn't turn out like gave full response, please still add information, comment what's your progress, so other people can use it and maybe follow up. We have a little bit problem with issues being grabbed by new contributors that assign the issue to themselves, assign the issue, not do some progress, but never publish it, and we are unsure about the state of the task and whether a next person can continue it. So yeah, please just be respectful in regards to make sure like the issue is moving forward, and you're helping community to work on it together. It's, yeah. Okay, so that's all from me. If are there any other questions? If not, thanks everyone for meeting today, and hope you have great local time, and I hope to see you on the next meeting.